I'm going to teach you guys a little secret when it comes to making fried rice. What you want to do is you want to make sure that your rice is cold before you add it into your, your little mixture here. Because if you don't, it's going to be sticky. You want it to be like, you want a single grain to be, giving you a nice little how do you do. But with that being said, don't forget and don't neglect to add some sesame oil into the mix. Don't use this as your oil to grease the pan. Just add a little bit of that in there and you're going to be laughing. Unfortunately, I don't have any shredded cheese, and I don't have a cheese grater yet, so what I did here, chop it up like a proper potato type style. And we got our leftover insides. We got a bag of salad that hasn't gone bad yet, which is a fucking miracle. We're gonna have ourselves some tacos. So I've brought up this teetering stack of movies recently, but tonight I'm feeling a little hammered without drinking. I'm gonna reach into the old Hammer box set that Kayla bought me, maybe a year or two by now ago. I think I'm gonna start off with Horror of Dracula, just because, or possibly Curse of Frankenstein, because I want to do not really a straight up marathon non-stop, but I want to definitely watch all the Hammer, Frankensteins, Draculas, mummies, all that kind of stuff. So we'll see what we pick. Alright, now when it comes to hot sauce, because I am a fan of hot sauce, you can see I got a decent amount of different sauciers in there, but my go-to is not jumping out at me. It must be in the refrigeration unit. There it is right there. Alright, so go ahead, take notes. This is the best hot sauce that money can buy, and is imported from Jamaica. I believe the ingredients go as followed. Hot peppers, water, oil, vinegar, and salt, and some sort of thing I can't pronounce. So put a little bit of that into your tacos and thank me later. Be careful because it is hot as shit. Alright, so I've picked it out. The movie of the night is going to be Curse of Frankenstein. And this film came out in, I believe, let me see here, 1957. So, of course, it stars Christopher Lee and Peter Cushing, along with a few other, I believe this chick has been in a few other The Hammer films, but let's check this movie out. It's been a little while since I watched it. I know I've said this a few times, but I'm a huge fan of the Brendan Fraser mummy films. So this here, especially the first one, and the second one's pretty good. Third one is okay, but especially this first one. But anyways, we're going to swap it out for The Curse of Frankenstein from 1957. There it goes. Let's check out the special features real quick, because I don't think I've ever checked them out. So we got cast and crew, Hammer creates a monster. What's that? This is looks just like a little bit of a liner note type stuff, theatrical trailer, of course, but looks like there's not anything that incredible. So we're just gonna go right to the feature. More than 100 years ago, in a mountain village in Switzerland, lived a man whose strange experiments with the dead have since become legend. The legend is still told with horror the world over. It is the legend of... what is it? The Curse of Frankenstein. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and watch this flick and enjoy my my tacos, pickled eggs, and fried rice, and I'll get back to you at the end of this feature. I always forget that this movie starts off with Dr. Frankenstein talking to a priest, and everything in the movie is actually flashback. So I always thought that was really cool. This got to be probably the coldest part of the fucking film, with the Baron Frankenstein looking at the giallo, or what is that thing called where it chops off your head? I'm pretty sure it's one of those doohickeys. Will we get a glimpse? Yeah, that would not be fun. And there we have it. Curse of Frankenstein, 1957, a classic. Now let's get into the video. Alright, so last night was the actual viewing of the film, and I gotta say, it's got, you know what, this is gonna sound like fucking blasphemy, okay? But I had this conversation with my uncle earlier, and I was saying, I think that I like Curse of Frankenstein more than the 1931 Frankenstein. But I will say this, I think that The Bride of Frankenstein from 35, I believe, is the best version of Frankenstein, in my opinion, or the best film that features the Frankenstein character, Frankenstein monster's character. But yeah, The Curse of Frankenstein, like I got this amazing box set from my girl, probably like maybe a year or two ago, but it has Curse of Frankenstein, which is the film we watched last night. It has Horror of Dracula, Dracula Has Risen from the Grave, Taste the Blood of Dracula, The Mummy, and Frankenstein Must Be Destroyed. So I'm going to be going through all these films in the next little while, so definitely stay tuned for videos talking about each of those movies. But yeah, I want to give a quick little talk on The Curse of Frankenstein. So this movie plays a little bit different. It starts off with probably like the coolest concept to me. You have the Baron Frankenstein in prison, and he's asked for this priest to come in, and the film is basically him, the doctor, explaining what happened since he was a child up until present time. You know, and it's all done in flashback sequence, which I really like. Of course, Peter Cushing does an amazing job as the Baron Frankenstein. It starts off with the film. He's a young kid. I believe his mother just passed away, and now he's taken over the family, you know, the family fortune, so to speak, and he hires himself this tutor named Paul. And you know, Paul's kind of like, you know, where's the dad, or you know, where's the Baron? He's like, oh, I am the Baron, you see, I'm quite rich. And he's kind of a cocky son of a bitch, but I like him nonetheless. And then over the years, Paul basically teaches the Baron everything that he can, and they become partners together, partners in science, and they're trying to, you know, do these different experiments together. And eventually one of their experiments leads to them bringing back to life a dead dog, and it goes on from there, and you can pretty much picture the rest of the film. But spoiler alert if you have not seen this film, and I showed the little clip of it earlier. I love how the end of the film, Paul comes in to the prison cell and basically acts like he doesn't know what the fuck the Baron's talking about. This guy's crazy, so they send him to the gallows. And I just think that was very twisted and creepy, and there's a really good shot, like I showed, of the gallows, like in the shadow and all that kind of stuff. Very messed up stuff. Like, I think that those times, like those barbaric sort of, well, you know, not as barbaric as barbarian time, but still pretty fucking barbaric times where, like, you know, you're gonna get hung, which still happens to this day in some countries, I believe. But, you know, walking to the gallows, like where you're gonna die, I just think that's nuts. And I think one of this is totally unrelated, or kind of related. In the movie Gangs in New York, there's a really good scene where there's like 4 dudes going to get hung, and like the one guy, like he's got his mother's necklace, and the Bill the Butcher, he says, you know, I'll give you $1 for it, and the guy's like, it was my mother's, and he goes, I'll give you $1.50, and the guy's like, done. So he would rather die with $1.50 in his pocket than die with his mother's gold locket. I think that's twisted, but great performances all around. Christopher Lee, of course, is the monster. Christopher Lee will come back again in many other pieces of this box set. I believe he's actually in every one of these films. I don't know about Frankenstein Must Be Destroyed. It doesn't look like it, but nonetheless, this is directed by Terrence Fisher. Oh, I forgot to point out, I believe this one was also Terrence Fisher. Yep, directed by Terrence Fisher. Shot by, of course it doesn't say, but yeah, this is just a really good, wholesome way to, you know, a good gateway to monster films if you're not into the whole black and white thing. I think if you're not into the whole black and white thing, you need to get over that really fucking quickly, because you're missing out on a lot of good films. Yeah, I would recommend picking up this box set. I don't know if it's still available. I'm sure you can find it on Amazon, eBay, something like that. So with that being said, I appreciate everybody for watching the video. If you liked sort of the intro to this video, let me know in the comments, and I'll do more stuff like that, because I kind of had a bit of fun with it, to be honest. So definitely check out the Teespring account, check out the fucking Facebook page, check out more videos on the channel, subscribe, all that stuff. More videos coming. Yeah, adios.